What's up, YouTube? Live Sports Talk here, and you can follow me on Twitter at Live Sports Talk. And today we're gonna preview the NL Central and give my predictions there. So, the NL Central is over this offseason has lost a lot of talent. I'll start there. The Cardinals losing Alex Rodriguez. The Brewers losing Prince Fielder. That's two big guys right there, huge, and so that's really a lot of talent in the two of them. There's been some others, like this wasn't really off season, but the Astros have lost a lot of talent, and it seems like there aren't too many teams are declining more than they're on the rise. But I'm still going to go into predictions. So I think the team that is going to win this division this year is the Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds came in third last year and did not have the best year last year, but I think they had the potential to have a great year, and they just didn't live up to it. So the Reds last year were 79 and 83, a little under 500, and they came in third. This division is not the hardest division to win, really. I mean, last year the Brewers and the Cardinals were the only two teams that really got over 80 wins, and 80 wins, like in the American League, having 80 wins puts you in last because the Blue Jays had 81. So, I mean, this isn't the hardest division to win, and now that the Brewers and Cardinals have lost their key guys, I think the Reds can take it. The Reds have Joey Votto at first. He was MVP, I believe, or maybe he was batting champ. He was one of the two a couple years ago. He's good. You got Brandon Phillips at second, one of the best second baseman in the league. I'd say top 10. Jay Bruce in right field. He's coming into his own. He can hit. He's a power hitter. Then you got Johnny Cueto on the mound. He had a great year last year. People were saying that last year he didn't play much last year. Like, he wasn't in a lot, but people were saying that he should be in the Cy Young talks. I personally did not agree with that because I didn't think he played enough games. He only played 20. He only had 24. 3 of those were complete games. 1 was a complete game shutout. He was 9-5 last year with a 2.31 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. Now, if he can put up those kinds of numbers consistently, he can be a good pitcher. And every year he's gotten better. 2008, his ERA was 4.81. 2009, 4.41. 2010, 3.61. And then in 2011, 2.31. He's on the rise, and he can be a great pitcher for the Reds. Now, they have Arroyo, Latos, Leake, Bailey, and then they have this guy, Chapman. Now, Chapman, I don't expect too many of you to know who he is. You might because he's on SportsCenter a lot. And the reason he's on SportsCenter, he throws over 100-mile-per-hour fastball. And that, just putting that in there alone, just throws off so many hitters because they have to swing so much earlier. So he, along with the other pitchers, really have a pretty good pitching lineup. And then you got ex-Philly closer Madison closing. He's decent. You got Scott Rowland on third. He's good. I mean, Stubbs is pretty good at center field. And you got Ryan Ludwig, like, pinch hitting. That's a great lineup. I think that they can really take this division this year. Now, in second, I have the Brewers. Now, although the Brewers lost Prince Fielder, they lucked out with Ryan Braun. With Ryan Braun not being suspended for 50 games. Without Ryan Braun, I would have had them in third because those 50 games are a lot. But he's here. He's going to play like however many games he can in the season. He's going to be available the whole year. So I think that they're going to be able to do some good stuff. Besides losing Prince Fielder, the only other offseason difference is they have Aramis Ramirez at third base. And I think that although Aramis Ramirez is getting a little old, he can still produce a good amount of runs. So I think that him on third, Braun, Nigel Morgan always fires the team up. Ricky Weeks at second base, he's great. You got Gallardo, Gray, oh my God, Greinke, I think. Sorry. Wolf, Markham, and Narveson. I mean, they can come in second in this division. They lost McGee to the McGee is now on the Pirates. The Pirates signed him. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's the only other thing that they made. So I think that having almost the same team besides Prince Fielder, and I know that's a big missing piece of your puzzle, but I think that they can still manage to get second in this division. Now, third place, I have none other than my home team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, like I said, Pittsburgh Pirates picked up McGee, and he right now they don't have him starting at third, but I think he will become their third baseman because Pedro Alvarez isn't showing much. The Pirates' big the big pickup over the offseason is A.J. Burnett, and he will not be out there starting for them because he got hit in the face at spring training when he was trying to learn how to bunt. So they also picked up Nate McLeod. He's going to be good. He could potentially be starting at left field, but right now they have him on the bench, but he'll make his presence known, pinch hitting, anything really. He'll do something. He's back. I'm sure he's pumped about it. You got Tabata, who I think is on the rise in right field. Garrett Jones, they could ship Garrett Jones off somewhere. They could trade him and have McGee play first, keep Pedro Alvarez in there. That would be great. They got Presley, a young guy in left field. They have Barnes at shortstop, or my personal favorite, James Harrison, who the fan favorite, everyone loves him. He's a single machine. He'll just get up there and pop a single right in. Then you have Barajas or McHenry catching. McHenry's more of a defensive catcher. Barajas is more of a hitter. But they'll mix and match that. Then you got the same pitching lineup, except they added Bedard. So you got Carsons, Correa, Morton, McDonald, Bedard, Lincoln, and Burnett now. And closing, you have Joel Hanrahan, who had like 35, 36 in a row saves without a blown save. So he's a great closer. He can really finish them off. So, I think the Pirates last year, they came in fourth, but I think they have the potential. We say this every year, but I think they can make their 500 mark this year and really come in third place and put on a show. So, fourth, I have the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they lost. They got Carlos Beltran, and they still have Holiday, and they have Berkman, but he's kind of declining. But without Alex Rodriguez, without Albert Pujols, I do not see them being the same team they were last year. He was their leader. He was their guy. I think that they're gonna drop. The Carpenter's hurt. Wainwright's hurt right now. Their pitching lineup they get injured all the time. They got Yadier Molina behind the plate, but that's not anything special. He's no anybody really. He's no I don't even know. Who am I thinking of? He's the guy on the Twins, whoever their catcher is. I can't think of his name, but he's no elite catcher. Like, he's not that good. I mean, I just don't see them pulling it together after the heartbreaking loss of Albert Pujols. I think it's going to be almost like LeBron with the Cavs, except, not to as great as a extent. I don't think they're going to be like completely screwed. So I have them at 4th. 5th, I have the Cubs. The Cubs, they have Castro, who's good, and they have Soriano and Dempster. But that's really about it. I mean, Marmol's a good closer, but they don't really have anyone else that can actually, like, consistently do well. They're rebuilding right now, and they're going to be down there for a couple years until they get someone, like, really good. But, I mean, that's how it is. And then you have the Astros in last, who, besides Carlos Lee, who's declining because he can't, when he hits it, it's powerful, and he can drive the ball, but he can't hit the broadside of a barn. So it's kind of disappointing. I mean, they have Rodriguez behind the mound, and they got Myers as their closer, who they've had forever, it feels like. But I don't know. I just don't see them doing anything. They came in last year, and they've actually gotten worse. So I don't see them doing any better than that after this year. They only had 59 wins. They had over 100 losses last year, which is kind of disappointing for them. But sorry about that. That's about it for me. I hope you like my predictions, agree with them. I don't really, I kind of hope they happen, I guess. But so you can like, comment, subscribe, any of that. If you tweet me on Twitter, obviously, I will tweet you back. If you inbox me, I'll message you back. Comments, I usually respond unless it's just like nice or like something that I can't really respond to. But so just hit me up in any way you can. All right, that's it for me. Peace.